So there'll be a little chat first, of course, and maybe getting some questions answered on the client profile. And then there'll also be, like just reminders, reinforcing like how you got connected with this client, who you know, what partner or who referred you to them, and just a little bit of rapport building talk. And then at some point you again, whether it's in person and you're presenting a printed slide show from a binder, or on a Zoom call, well, let me share a few slides with you and talk to you about how our program works and how we help our clients. So this is an introduction. This is an orientation. It's about 3 powerful ways to grow and nurture your team, and with wellness opportunities provided by Employee Health Matters. So the first thing we want to do is kind of look at the existing situation. One is that your employers, that you, as an employer, you're paying a huge amount of money for traditional medical premium payments for your people. And then your employees and the families are paying a bunch of that too. So this might be a place to ask a question. So what do you pay? What's your split? How does that work? So we can make it this interactive as we go. And that's going to be a blank on your client profile. Another thing is that employee and family wellness outcomes, like, they're not getting better. People are not generally getting healthier as a population. And, we pay more money per capita than just about any country. You'd think we should have the best outcomes, but we're not moving in the right direction there. There's more obesity, there's more diabetes and pre-diabetes, there's more, chronic lung issues, there's just, weight issues, heart issues, blood pressure issues. And that increase your costs over time as an employer, and it increased the costs for the employee. And it has people just tending to be out more, whether they're taking care of themselves or they're taking care of their family. We lose some productive time. Another big problem with the existing situation is most traditional healthcare and medicine is kind of passively consumed. The doctor says do this and we do it. Here's a pill, take this. And it's not impacting people's behavior. So that's the last thing, is we're not seeing a lot of behavioral changes. Like, we'll put you on a blood pressure medicine. We'll give you insulin to manage your diet, your blood sugar, when maybe it should be about diet and exercise. So again, people are being more passive. They're not changing their behavior. So the result, again, there's a lot of worry. Your employees are worried about themselves. They're worried about their family. There's downtime if they got to run their daughter to a doctor's office visit, or there's something going on with their wife or themselves or their husband. And it creates less than ideal productivity if people are a little bit distracted. Plus just their overall wellness can be impacted. So we pioneered a high quality and low cost system to promote meaningful wellness to your employees and their families. So there's a combination of things that we offer. And again, in this era of COVID, until we're comfortable getting back in person, we have a subset of what's available. But ultimately, we want to be able to bring the company together and bring in speakers and talk about wellness initiatives for people, but we also want to send it home. So we'll talk about that. But we also create with you a customized selection of wellness experts. So we've got this great selection, or that's the bad word, great bunch of providers, and you get to select which ones that you want to have, or maybe you have a team that helps decide this. But one of the most important parts of our program is that we have our wellness experts create audio and video education and send practices home to the family. So, we'll need to talk about the system for how you do that. And do you have people's home emails, or maybe you just send it to the office email, then people can bring it home from there, forward it to their home or family address. But the idea is that we're trying to impact, the spouses and the kids, like everybody in the family, because a healthier family just means more focus at work, less disruption around lack of wellness, and people get to be more productive. So again, you have increased traction with the program. If we're sending it home for everybody, then people are more likely to take action when there's a group of people considering doing something. That group dynamic helps. There's greater practices that people, whether they're doing yoga or they're doing weight loss or smoking cessation, but it overall just increases productivity for your team. So this is, I just want to give you a quick little overview of our website. So part of the website in here we'll take a look at in the next slide is our partners. But we have a really neat website that you guys can look at. So every one of our partners for all the different categories we have really great specialties. They're highly credentialed experts. So on our website you can see, learn more about the partners. But what I want to just briefly touch on is, there's a process we've developed to work with our clients. And as it says here, that once all these boxes are checked off, you'll have a more healthy and productive team. More of their attention will be on the business as they grow more confident that their whole family is improving their health and wellness too. So we start with this initial orientation. That's what we're having today. Sometimes ownership and HR is all one person or we're all in the same room. Sometimes it's multiple meetings, and that's okay. We're going to ask you some questions just about your, the company. Who do you have for employees? Are they older or younger? What do you know about your team? We want to also look at your historical and current programs. What have you done? What have you tried? What are you guys doing? What are your what are you doing for healthcare right now? And then I'll share with you in another slide. We talk about how you get to express your preferences for the things that you want to see, for the experts that you want to bring in to help out your team. One of the things that's kind of neat is we have this optional kind of a swag bag. We call it a well-being bundle, but you could put together a company branded bag that's got, you could have a Fitbit, for tracking. It could have a water bottle. It could have, a sports towel. It could have, some music. It could have all kinds of stuff that would be company branded that just kind of keeps everybody working together. And again, you can also have stuff that goes home as part of that program. So basically, what we do after you guys do your preferences, and we have a selection tool. I'll show you. Well, there it is. Then we'll put together. We'll review what you wanted for. We'll put together the program for you. We'll come back with a proposal, and once you guys accept the proposal, then we'll do some kind of a launch. In the future, it'll be a kickoff, like an event on site or off site. Doing some having some of the professionals leading your team through some of their practices. So it could be a little bit of yoga, a little bit of breathing, a little stretching. It could be, some fun stuff. And from there, then there'll be a combination of, again, in-office programs, at-home programs, weekend programs. We also have built into our process a 90 and 180-day review so we can see how it's working, see what kind of traction we're getting from the employees and the families, and we could talk about kind of continuing the program from there. So typically we start with a 6-month program. But this process, going step by step like this, allows you to learn about working with us and see how we work together. It lets you create a real custom program that you guys get to develop and we'll help deliver. And you can also just do, we're doing small steps, just 90 days, 180 days at a time. We're trying to develop some consistency and buy-in, and that's part of what we want to help you with. So this is the program selection tool. So basically, we have all these different components, and there's a bunch more, but we have all these different kinds of programs that we can deliver. Again, right now, everything's going to be delivered online. At some point, we'll be able to deliver more content on site, again, in your office or at offsites or at weekend events that we can do and invite people to. But this is one of the most important next steps for you guys, is to kind of consider what are the different programs. Each program is rolled out as a monthly component. So it would be like month 1, we're going to talk about dental wellness. And month 2, we're going to do yoga. And month 3, we'll do weight loss. So again, you get to design this. And our general plan right now is it's all online. It all comes virtually and digitally. And we're ideally, for most of the programs, we're delivering 4 pieces of content in each month. So there's a lot. There's a lot of content, but there's also time for people to digest it and kind of begin a practice. You can't do like a one half an hour yoga and think, okay, now I'm doing yoga. So we try to build in some reinforcement. So once you guys do your selection and we come back with a proposal and you say go, then we're ready to launch. So basically, what's next is you guys do your program selection. We come back to you with a proposal, and then So I'm going to email you that selection tool and some links so you can go look at the partners and see the different programs, that people are offering. So what do you think? Is this something you'd like to move forward with? Or who on your team, besides you, would be involved with this? So those are some good kind of closing questions to ask at the end.